You know, this was the exact moment when our late and brilliant monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, our monarch of 70 years, decided that perhaps it was best to move away from someone that she truly had admired, had a lot of affection for, but in fact feared being alone with. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Nice to see you. I'm talking to you. Yes. How are you? I'm not bad, thank you. By the way, you know what it's like? I've just been sat next to somebody, you know, yes, in the park. And you know when they've got snacks and you haven't got any, you know, the sort of thing. Hard as well. And you know when they've made great snacks and you think, that's quite nice. Might have a crack at that myself, you know. But of course, when you get out yourself, you suddenly think, that looks a bit tricky, a bit hard. They were just lovely people. They offered to share. Don't mean this big-headedly. They're fans of the show, but you just can't eat other people's food, can you? It's just not right. No. I said, I need to dress. For dinner, yes, I thought, get the full table out, the salt and pepper, the tomato sauce, you know. No, but they were lovely people, but you know what I mean? Do you do that as well when you're at the supermarket and you see other people's trolleys and they seem to have all the cash out, you know, and you think, I've never seen that, that looks quite well, how come I never spotted that? Everybody else's stuff looks better than your measly offerings, doesn't it? Well, you know the sort of thing I mean. Yes, the pork sausages in a tin with baked beans, love those, don't you? I know, I don't want to know what's inside them. They're just tasty and a bit of toast. Yes, they're, well, economical. We'll leave it at that because we'll get into a fight probably. Let's get back to your royal story of the day. You know, Prince Harry felt, and he pointed out on numerous occasions, that he had a very special relationship with Queen Elizabeth. And I would say that was true, 100%. I believe that she did care about him a lot. You know, there's no two ways about it. I mean, if you remember, she teamed up with him and did the very famous thing, sat on the sofa when he was talking to Michelle and Barack Obama, who were then, of course, the First Lady and the President of the United States. It was a really generous thing for her to do, and it just showed what, she held him in such high esteem. Fast forward a few years, of course, and really he brought a lot of heartache, depression and very dark days, whichever way you want to describe it, Harry, to our late Queen. You see, as many people realised, and I always thought this, that the real rock behind her was none other than Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. People, were a bit Marmite with him, as they say, but I knew that he helped her a lot. You could sense it, He took the sting out the tail, made everything just easy for her to go through, and they were just a winning combination, hence the reason they had such a long and successful marriage. But you see, Harry felt, unlike his elder brother William, that he had a better relationship with the Queen, as ever, allegedly. And this is because, of course, William spent a lot of time with the Queen, mostly on Sundays at Windsor, where he received certain aspects of the role that he will be given in the fullness of time, as she liked to say. But according to a source, and this is really sad in many respects, because it just goes to show how bad and fractious that relationship was, that the Queen literally had very early on decided never to be alone with the former cable TV actress Meghan Markle. Oh no, she'd learned that lesson quickly, because Meghan's a manoeuvrer, always wanting to push her way round, for instance, William, and get friendly with Catherine. The Queen, a very savvy lady, had spotted this well and truly, but she'd always kept an open mind about Prince Harry. That is, until a very good source tells me he popped in to see her, if you remember, that very quick visit to Windsor, and then very quickly sat down with NBC. And this was the fateful interview where he sat there and basically said, yes, the Queen was fine. He'd popped in to make sure that the right people were around her. And this was a turning point, according to that source, literally within royal circles, because you have to remember, we'd gone through the COVID stuff, things were just moving out into a better place, and suddenly there is the Queen being told that actually Harry, thousands of miles away, is so concerned he has to check up to make sure. She had Catherine, the Princess of Wales, she had Carol Middleton, the Duchess of Edinburgh, Sophie. So many people were there to support her during this very dark period. And according to that source, the Queen realised then that she couldn't say what she wanted to say, or indeed be in confidence with Harry, because quite frankly, he'd gone to the media and blown it. So whatever story Harry likes to perpetuate out there and make out that he and the Queen had a great relationship, I'm sure they did. But of course, time changes everything. And literally at the moment that he said, I do, on that day at St. George's Chapel, basically the Queen had to be on her guard, not just with Harry, but of course his wife Meghan. But then once he did this, even that then faded away. Sad story, don't you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.